In this video, I'm going to discuss week 1 lesson. Actually, it's the third lesson. So in this lesson, I'm going to discuss the measures of position for ungrouped data. Statistical data is arranged in ascending order, which can be divided into various parts. And these may be quartiles, deciles, or percentiles. The idea of the median can be associated with the concepts of quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. Median divides the data into two equal parts. Quartile divides it into 4, deciles into 10, and percentiles into 100 equal parts, as shown in this table. Okay, let us now take the first one. Actually, in this video, I will only discuss the first two. And when it comes to the percentile, we will have it on the next video. The quartiles are the points that divides a distribution into 4 equal parts. 25% of the distributions are below the first quartile, or Q sub 1. 50% are below the second quartile. 75% are below the third quartile. Q sub 1 is called the lower quartile, and Q sub 3 is the upper quartile. Here we have the comparison of the 3 quartiles. Q sub 2 is greater than Q sub 1 but less than Q sub 3. And Q sub 2 is nothing but the median. And the interquartile range is the difference between Q sub 3 and Q sub 1. Now let us take some examples, like this one. The owner of a coffee shop recorded the number of customers who came into his cafe each hour in a day. The results were, okay, for the first hour, there are 14 customers who came into his cafe. Then another hour, 10 customers. Then for the succeeding hour, 12. Then we have 9 for the next hour, and so on until the last batch came for the last hour, 11 customers. Now here we are to find the lower quartile and the upper quartile of the data. Solution. First thing is we need to arrange the data from its lowest number of customers to the highest number of customers. So here we will start with 5, followed by 8, 2 9s, and 10, and so on, until we reach the last the last maximum number of customers, which is 17. Then from this sorted data, you will notice that the least value is 5 and the greatest value is 17. Then, locating the middle value, which happens to be the median, that is 10. Okay. Then the lower quartile can be found between those 5 numbers on the left side of the median, which is 9. Okay, the third position. Okay. So actually this is your quartile 1 also. And this is your quartile 2, which happens to be the median. Then for the upper quartile, we locate the middle number from those 5 data on the right side of the median, and that is 14. So this is your Q sub 3, which is also the same as the upper quartile. Okay, so these are the answers. Next, number 2. Consider the scores in a 20-item math quiz of 9 grade 10 students. And these are 11, 13 for the second student. For the third, he got 14. Fourth student got 15 out of 20. Next student got also 15. Another one this time got a score of 16. Next, he got 19, and probably, oh, not yet. 8th student is also 19, and probably this is the 9th student who got a perfect score of 20. So what are we going to do here? Now, the data is to be arranged from the smallest up to the largest value. Okay. Now, since n is equal to 9, which is the number of data, the median is the score in the middle. And you will notice that this set of data, is already arranged in a proper order, which is from smallest value to the largest value. Biggest value or least value to greatest value. Now, the first quartile is the average of the second and the third score. So if we have a median and there are 9, so the 5th position happens to be the median or the second quartile. And on the left side of the median, we have 4 scores. Now, to get the median of these 4 scores, we take the second and the third position, which is 13 and 14. We get their average. And that will serve as our Q sub 1 or quartile 1 or the lower quartile. So 13 plus 14 over 2 is equal to 13.5. Your Q sub 1 or quartile 1. And Q sub 2 happens to be the median, and that is 15, the 5th position. Okay? And for Q sub 3, you take the 7th and the 8th term, 8th position, and get their average. And these two happens to be both 19. These two are both 19. So if we get their average, we still get 19. And this is your Q sub 3, not actually Q sub 1. Okay? Okay, so it's Q sub 3. Next. Example number 3. Consider the scores of 17 students of grade 10 in the 50-item second periodical test in math. And the scores are the following. Okay, 38, 28, 34, 30, 40, 27, 34, 33, 45, 28, 31, 36, 29, 31, 43, and the last two numbers are both 34. Now, for our solution, first thing we need to do is we arrange this set of data from its smallest, from its least to the greatest value. And we have now the sorted set of data. So the least value is 27 and the greatest value is 45. And since there are 17 data, we take its median, and that is found on the ninth position. So let us count from 27 up to the ninth position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the ninth position happens to be 34. And this is your median or Q sub 2. Okay. So we have the number of data, which is 17, denoted by capital letter M. Now for Q sub 2, that is 34, the ninth position from this sorted set of data. Then for Q sub 1, now we take those 9 numbers on the left side of 34. Okay, so we have 8 numbers. So for the first quartile or the lower quartile, that is found, that can be found from the fourth and the fifth position. Okay, so on the left side of the median 34, there are 9 datas. 8 datas. And we know 8, the number 8 is uneven. So to get the lower quartile, we get the average of the fourth and the fifth position. Okay, so that is your Q sub 1 equals 29 plus 30 divided by 2. And we have 29.5 as your lower quartile. And for the upper quartile, that is taken from the sorted data on the right side of the median. And these are the numbers after 34. Okay, these numbers, this data, which happens to be also 8. So if there are 8 datas on the right side of the median, we take these two positions at the middlemost, 36 and 38. We take the average of the two, so we have 37. Okay, so this is your upper quartile or the lower upper quartile or Q sub 3. And from that, we can determine also the interquartile range. And that is the difference between the upper quartile Q sub 3 and the lower quartile Q sub 1. Substituting their obtained value, so that is 37 minus 29.5, and we have the interquartile range, which is equal to 7.5. And with that, I just finished discussing the quartile. So at this point, we now go to the next one, which is the decile of ungrouped data. Deciles are the 9 score points which divide a distribution into 10 equal parts. And these 9 score points can be denoted by these symbols, D sub 1, D sub 2, D sub 3, up to D sub 9. These are division points between the 10 equal parts of the sorted set of data. Okay. To compute for the position of the deciles of ungrouped data, we use this formula. D sub m equals m over 10 times the quantity n plus 1. And we round off the result to the nearest integer or whole number. where M, the small letter M, which is the subscript of D, denotes the decile value. N is, and N is the number of data. Okay. Now let us use that formula to this set of examples. We go to number 1. Find the third decile or D sub 3 of the following test scores of a random sample of 9 students. Now, these 9 students obtained their respective scores, and the scores are 35, 42, 40, 28, 15, 23, 33, 20, and 18. So what are we going to do here? So we find the third decile. So for our solution, the first thing we need to do is we arrange the given data in ascending order. So we will start with the least value going to the last value. So the least value is 15, followed by 18, then we have 20, then 23, and so on, until we write the last maximum value of 42. Now, what are the steps of finding the decile value on the data within n elements? To find the D sub 3 position, again, we go back to the formula. D sub n equals m over 10 times quantity n plus 1. Now, since we're talking about D sub 3, it follows that m here is actually 3. And since there are 9 scores for those 9 students, 9 is actually the value of n. Then we substitute to the formula. So D sub 3 is equal to 3 over 10 times the quantity 9 plus 10. Simplifying the result, D sub 3 is equal to 3. So therefore, the position is actually the third in the decile. Okay? And from here, from the sorted set of data, we locate the third position, and that is 20. Therefore, the third decile is actually 20, which means 30% of the student got a score of less than or equal to 20. Yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Okay? Next. Example number 2. Mrs. Marasigan is a veterinarian. One morning, he asked her secretary to record the service time for 15 customers. The following are the recorded service times in minutes. 20 minutes, 35, 55 minutes, 28, 46, 32, 25, 56, 55, 28, and so on, up to the last data, which is 17 minutes. This is the number of minutes rendered to their customers, okay? To their 15 customers, okay? Yeah. Next. So we are, from this problem, we are asked to find the second, the sixth, and the eighth decile. And these are D sub 2, D sub 6, and D sub 8. Now for our solution, of course, the given set of data must be sorted from the least to the greatest value. So we start at 17, 20, 25, 28, 28, 32, and so on until we reach the largest value, which is 60 for 60 minutes. For certain customers, they rendered their service. Okay? Yeah. Now, since the data is now sorted, we can now determine the second, the sixth, and the eighth decile using the formula. For D sub 2, that is 2 over 10 times the quantity 15 since there are 15 number of datas or number of observation plus 1. Simplifying this resulting expression, we will get 3.2, and the result is to be rounded off to its nearest integer or nearest whole number, so that is 3. So meaning we are referring to the third position. And from this sorted data, what is the value of the third position? It's 25. So d sub 2 is equal to 25. So uh, so the second decile is in the third position, which is 25. What do we mean by this result? It means that the service time of 20% of the customer is less than or equal to 25 minutes. Now, what about the sixth decile or d sub 6? Using the same formula, this time, instead of 2, we replace it by 6, then over 10, multiplied by the same quantity, 15 plus 1. And this time, the result for d sub 6 is 9.6, or that is approximately 10. It means the sixth decile is in the 10th position in the sorted data. So if we are to locate the value in the 10th position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So therefore, this is your sixth decile, which is equal to 47. Nang ibig sabihin, okay, if this is the result, if our sixth decile is 47, the result means the service time of 60% of the customer is less than or equal to 47. Maybe some of you are asking, where did I get 60%? Now, so it's very obvious. 60% is associated with sixth decile. So yun ang ibig sabihin nun, kaya 60%. Okay? So again, for this result, d sub 6 or 6 decile, which is 47, means that the service time of 60% taken from the 6th decile of the customers is less than or equal to 47 minutes. Next, how about the 8th decile or this d sub 8? From the same formula, so our m this time is 8 and n is still 15. So this is the resulting expression, simplifying that. So our d sub 8 is 12.8, or that is approximately 13. So we are referring to the 13th position of the 8th decile. And what is the value of the 13th position from this sorted data? So let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, not this one. Okay, sorry, my mistake. Sorted data. This is unsorted. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Therefore, your 8th decile has a value of 55, which means the service time of 80%, because we are referring to the 8th decile, yan yung ibig sabihin ng 80%, of the customer is less than or equal to 55 minutes.